Welcome to Source BMX. I'm Van Homan. Today, we're in Cleveland, Ohio at Ray's Bike Park with one of Fit's youngest rippers, Shane Halahan. Shane and his family have been contributing to the heartbeat of the Pittsburgh BMX scene for years, and today we're gonna have the opportunity to check out Shane's Fit profile build. Okay, Shane, so it looks like you're on a new prototype Fit frame, but before we dive into that, I wanted to talk a little bit about your previous frame, the Squib. So the inspiration behind that, if I understand correctly, is to help younger riders transition from an 18-inch frame to a 20-inch.
I feel like every time I see a little kid riding like an 18 and they just move up to a 20, it's just really hard for them to control the bike because it's so heavy and just hard to move it around and just a little less fun.
So the Squib was kind of a lighter, smaller 20-inch frame to help make that transition easier?
Yep, it just made it really good for me, and it worked well just moving up to 20 and having a bigger, heavier bike.
Okay, Shane, so as we mentioned, you're on your new Fit prototype frame. It's called the Fit 57, which takes inspiration from an iconic condiment, Heinz ketchup, located in Pittsburgh. Just like the ketchup, this frame includes a lot of ingredients and can be enjoyed on almost anything. So break down this frame, what went into the inspiration and the design.
Me and my dad were really just like eating French fries and ketchup, and I looked at the ketchup bottle and was like, oh wait, that'll make a sick frame. So just thought about how Heinz is a big part of Pittsburgh, and it turned into this.
What frames and what other bikes did you take inspiration to make the bike that you were looking for?
I think mainly it was mostly my brother's frames, the Through and Through and Big Lincoln Rambler frames, and then MOD and CCR frames, just all the trail frames from Fit and S&M. Just tried to make something, 57 varieties, different flavors of the frames, flavors, geometry, and everything.
So this thing's definitely made for the trails, made for the woods.
Yeah, it's mostly made for the trails, stable and strong, but it'll rip concrete too.
So Shane, what kind of geometry does this thing have on it, and what top tube size are you riding?
I'm running a 21 1/4 top tube. It's got a 74 1/4 head tube angle, and it's a little bit mellower than my last Squib frame. 71 degree seat tube angle. Bottom bracket height is 11.57, and rear end is 13.57 slammed.
Now, one thing I was really surprised to hear, did you just say you're riding a 21.25?
Yeah.
So you're a pretty short guy. That's the same size frame I ride. And you know, how tall are you exactly?
5'7", I think.
Are you still growing?
Don't know. I hope so.
Or is this it? Have you maxed out?
Probably maxed out, but I'm still jumping bigger jumps.
So why do you like the longer frame?
I was riding Nate's frame, my brother's frame, and it just felt perfect, and that was the exact geometry I wanted. But I just changed the rear end to be a little shorter, and I like the longer.
So you like just having that room up front?
Yeah, I like the longer, stable feel of the longer top tube.
Gotcha. Okay, Shane, you're riding arguably one of the most iconic forks in BMX, the S&M pitch fork. This is the wide mouth version, which accommodates today's larger tires. It also has a 33 millimeter offset, which kind of confirms the mellower feel you were saying you like, a more stable ride. So what is it you like about this fork, and what is it you think has kept it an icon for over 30 years now?
I think it's just built like a strong, dependable fork, and I like the mellow feel, and just nice having room so I can add bigger tires if I want to.
So your handlebars, you have the S&M Rambler bars designed by your older brothers, Lucas and Nate. They kind of have a smaller box, which gives them a classic trail feel and look, which makes sense for your style of riding. And they're offered in 3 different sizes. You choose the smaller size, 8.5. Break down these bars for us. What do you like about them? Why 8.5 rise?
The 8.5 having a little smaller bar just gives it a little bit longer of a feel to the bike, to the whole bike too. And thicker crossbar, added strength, and just like having a durable, dependable bar.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, when you're hitting huge jumps in the woods, you want to be able to trust your bars and have them feel stiff, right?
Yeah, I just don't want to case something and just have everything snap. So it's nice having thick parts that are strong.
Okay, Shane, another classic product, the Profile Mark Mulville push stem. I actually spoke with Mark about this stem a while back, and he said that one of the goals of this stem was to push the bars up a little bit and also to keep it really clean with as limited spacers as possible. What is it you like about the feel of this stem, the look of the stem? Break it down.
I like having like a little higher stem. I think having all these longer lower parts like the bars and a longer top tube and longer rear end and everything, it's nice having just a little bit of height on the stem so I'm not feeling too stretched out.
Just keeps you from feeling hunched over.
Yeah, don't want to break my back.
Now Shane, while we're talking about the stem, you have your own signature colorway in the Profile Mark Mulville push stem along with some other Profile parts. You chose the Winter Cloud as your colorway, which could be no more fitting as we hide from the cold here at Ray's Bike Park. Tell us a little bit more about the Profile Sibling Unity project and why you chose the color Winter Cloud.
Yeah, we did the Sibling Unity project. I think we started it like spring, but Casey's color, summer, I forget what she called it, Summer Sunset. And that was her first one. That was in the summer, and then Lucas got fall. He did like a dark red, and I got winter, and both of their colors were off of like nature and what it does and colors it makes, and that's what I tried to do with winter. So just a light gray fits like the winter cloud.
I mean, so that's a pretty amazing thing. So you, both your brothers and your younger sister all had a colorway to represent each season.
Yeah, I like having it like all the seasons because it also like contributes to how we're always in the woods and we're in the nature that makes the colors that we choose.
I love it. All right, Shane, so something we don't get to talk about every bike check is brakes. Of course, you're a trail rider, bowl rider, you ride brakes, you've got Diatech calipers, and you've got another nod to the mid-school, the Tech 77 brake lever. Why this setup?
I really like the brake lever. It just looks classic, pretty meaty, and just a wide finger base. So whenever I overshoot something, I'll just be able to grab them and not die off the next lip.
It's also a good setup. I mean, this is a fairly affordable brake set. I mean, how's it perform?
So far, it's performed real good. I mean, they stop nice and they feel real good.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice to know that you can, ride at as high a level as you do and be able to trust a product that's relatively affordable. You don't necessarily need to go crazy to get a good brake setup. All right, Shane, so while we're on the brakes, what is this leather? You've got like a leather cover going on here?
Yeah, I'm hell bent for leather, and feels real good in the finger.
Is that custom?
Yeah, sewed it up myself.
Sewed that?
Yeah.
Oh my lord. That's impressive. Okay, so another product that's offered in your Winter Cloud colorway is your Profile sprocket. I noticed that it's a spline drive, which I personally love the clean look of a spline drive crank and sprocket setup. What sprocket is this exactly? What gear ratio are you running? And why do you choose the spline drive?
Spline drive, I like the look of it. It just looks real clean. And I have a 28 tooth sprocket in the front and a 9 tooth driver in the back.
So you have the up gear, so you're like a little bit harder gear?
Yeah, I like having a little harder gear because if we go like somewhere pedaling and like when we take trips to Texas and stuff, it's nice to have something that I can raise my seat and just chill while I'm just pedaling.
So it's just for pedaling around, it's not for going fast?
I don't need to pedal to go fast.
You just pump? He's got the pump. He's got the super pump. All right. While we're on the drivetrain, the Profile race cranks, also no bosses, so very clean look. And with the spline drive, you work that, no extra bolts, No extra slop.
Yeah, it's nice having like a clean looking crank that you know you can trust, and just having no boss just makes it look iconic and just nice.
Yeah, super clean look. I love it. So Shane, you're riding 165 millimeter cranks. Why do you choose that length?
The last cranks I had, I think every time we've built up a new bike, I've moved up a size crank and just did that with this bike too. Last time I was on 160s,
Okay.
and this time 165.
So as your legs get longer, your cranks get longer.
Yeah,
All right, Shane, so something I noticed on this bike that I wasn't very familiar with was the pedals. Root Design Ibex pedals. I've never heard of these, never seen these, but they look low profile and high performance. Explain these pedals and why you choose them.
it was I think like 2 years ago, and a bunch of foreigners started coming over to our house. So a lot of them had these pedals, and it just looked really clean, and I like the bigger platform they have and the shape, and they just look really nice and grip real good.
Yeah, they're like sealed bearings, right?
Sealed bearings, yeah, and it's like a really flat platform, so no concave or anything, just good platform.
Just feeling like a lot of contact with your shoe and the pedal. Is that what
Yep, confident and not slipping off, and I like that.
Okay, Shane, so let's take a look at your seat setup. You've got the Fit low bolt pivotal design, kind of a racer inspired, trail inspired seat, and you also have something very unique here. You've designed your frame with an external seat post, so kind of a throwback, a nod to the old school a little bit, right?
Yeah, old school, and I really just wanted to try to make my bike heavier, so then it feels like stronger and everything, and I mean, probably doesn't do anything for weight, but it looks pretty sweet.
So it's basically like so basically you want your bike to be heavier?
I want it heavier, and I want it to look old school.
So yeah, kind of a nod to the old school, kind of a throwback look.
Yeah, just hardcore.
Shout out to Crandall, you got the FBM seat post, your former sponsor before Fit.
Yeah, thanks, Crandall. You helped us a bunch.
All right, so while we're giving shout outs, let's talk about your wheels. You said these were built up by our boy Mike Cottle. So thanks to Cottle for getting you rolling.
Yeah, thanks, Full Throttle Cottle.
Yeah. All right, and you've got the Profile Elite hubs. I think everyone knows their reputation is one of being the most elite hubs on the market. 204 points of engagement, 6 pawls, and they make a pretty amazing sound as well. Why do you choose these hubs?
I really just love the sound that they make when we just leave the lip, and then they're just screaming.
Yeah. What would you say? They just kind of buzz, right?
Yeah, they buzz just like a bee.
And they're available in the winter cloud to match your stem and sprocket.
Yeah.
All right, Shane, another high performance product that I personally feel gets a bit overlooked, I've been running these rims for a while, are the Fit Arc rims. Why do you choose these rims, and how are they holding up?
I really like these rims mostly because of how easy it is to swap out a pop tube. It's just nice, wide, and easy to pop the tire back in, and we used to run skinnier rims, and it was a lot harder just pinching tubes, and this makes it pretty nice.
So easy maintenance, and you also, I assume you don't have any problems with them coming out of true, or?
No, every time I've gotten these rims, they've been straight, real nice.
So Shane, let's talk about your rubber. You've got the Fit FAF OG Trail Knobby tires, 2.25. Why do you choose these tires? What kind of terrain do they work well with, and what tire pressure do you run?
I like these tires. I mean, they put a nice tread on the trails and the dirt. I think it looks real clean, and they're fast as and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks to me like a tire that would cross over well to the concrete as well.
Yeah, I like riding this whole rig, this whole tire, all the tires, and on concrete and dirt. It feels real nice.
What tire pressure do you choose?
I run something between like, I think 65 to 80.
Okay. Does it depend on what you're riding, or just how lazy you've been about pumping up your tires?
Pretty lazy about it, but yeah, it's really what I'm riding to.
Yeah. Gotcha. So Shane, thanks for sharing your Fit profile build with us today. Everybody out there, make sure to check out the Source Bike Builder. There you can get pricings, spec, and availability on everything Shane's riding. SourceBMX.com. Thank you, Shane.
It was fun.